That's crazy.
I'm not a fan of him lyrically or acting-wise.
Really?
Put hands on you, give you real black eyes. Come on, don't do that. And that's the truth. I've had about enough of your shit.
Who is this?
Aries Spears.
Oh, that dude?
Yeah. He said nothing.
Is he a comedian?
Yeah.
Because he ain't never made me laugh, so I don't know if he can.
If Ice Cube, the author of No Vaseline, interrupts his lavish performance to make fun of you, you're seriously lost. Rather than just mocking Cube, however, Aries Spears went for his legacy. Cube was a bad rapper and actor, as Aries said rather frankly on Big Boy's Neighborhood. Cube wouldn't ignore that. Aries is unimportant, unfunny, and not even close to ranking in the top 10 of black comedies, he said. Naturally, 50 Cent found out about it later, as you now know. 50 Cent gets the most delight from making fun of someone who is already depressed. It swiftly swerved to the left from what had started out as just another relaxed section. Big Boy was discussing rapper rankings and lists of conflict themes. It was a normal barbershop conversation, nothing particularly complicated. But like an Aries Spears was completely lost. As soon as Ice Cube's name was shouted, Aries acted without hesitation. Not only was his approach humorous, but his critique was delivered with blatant contempt. Online users recognized as he was speaking that this was not going to end lightly.
Ice Cube is a motherfucking lyricist.
I can't stand Ice Cube.
That's crazy.
I'm not a fan of him lyrically or acting-wise.
Really?
He's the same.
How much time we got left here? Because should I just tell him to leave now? Or?
According to ChatGapt, his earlier remarks were merely a preamble. It didn't stop there, though. One of the most recognizable West Coast tunes in hip-hop history, Today Was a Good Day, is among Ice Cube's most enduring singles. He dismissed the song completely as if it weren't a cultural staple, undermining its significance and decades of adoration. Because of the supporters' quick replies, the online argument got very heated.
I don't think that...
One of the songs I hate the most, if it comes on, I want to shoot the radio. Today was a good day.
Big Boy's co-host even tried to make it more humorous by laughing it off. But Aries was not about to give up. In a bizarre imitation of Ice Cube, he made his defamation much more severe by posing as a doctor. The audience became silent when he eventually delivered the punchline, if you can call it that, as it quickly got embarrassing. On occasion, the second party's culpability was visible on television.
He goes, here's Ice Cube as a gynecologist. Hey, Miss Jenkins, I looked at your chart. Now get up on that butt.
That's racist. I don't know how it's racist, but what you just did.
Aries chuckled as if he had just told the best joke of the year, but nobody else smiled. It was clear that Aries Spears had gone much beyond what was suitable. This was not just fun teasing, and the atmosphere was stifling. The co-hosts were uncomfortable because Aries kept doubling down as if he had something to prove, despite Big Boy's attempts to shift the topic. He went further and made fun of Tupac, even though everyone thought he would just leave it alone. Aries did go there.
The greatest lyricist. He was energy. He was passion. He made you feel him. If that said, tear the club up, you wanted to tear the club up. Dear mama, you wanted to hug your mama. When you think about lyricism, Nas, Jay-Z, Biggie, Jadakiss, my lyrics spit it.
The easiest way to be barred from this region is to neglect the entire West Coast, which he did in addition to his derogatory comments. Aries knew precisely what he was doing, which made it more odd. This was a well-planned slip, not an unforeseen one. He turned to the camera at last and uttered,
The comments. Now, when people talk about, you ask anybody, no matter where their region, give me the top 5 rappers. Pac's usually always in that list. Right. I don't ever put Pac up there with the top.
According to ChatGapt, there was immediate resistance. I love Aries' skill, but Ice Cube slandered. One admirer remarked, that is not allowed. This renders Aries unreliable when talking about Pac or Cube's poetic skills. Someone else said, his only grievance is that New York lost its clout when the West Coast took control in the 1980s and 1990 seconds. People like Aries who scream hate frequently get no response at all from the legendary. Usually, they disregard it and continue. However, not just now. Ice Cube's response was quite unique. More than just giving the clap back, He questioned Aries' role in the game as a whole and if he was funny, relevant, or ever really important in black comedy.
Oh, that dude?
Yeah. He said there's nothing
Is he a comedian? Because he ain't never made me laugh, so I don't know if he...
Ice Cube not only defended himself but also ignored Aries Spears' whole career. He went straight for the objective without waiting to trade insults, questioning Aries' entire legacy. A number of remarks and insults were uttered. In essence, Cube said, Aries isn't even mentioned when talking about comic icons.
He said,
What'd he say?
he said it was nothing about you impresses him. From movies to rapping, nothing at all impresses him. And I'm like, wow, like what?
Suckers usually don't like me. You know what I'm saying? Like, the people that he entitled to his opinion. It's the feeling is mutual. You know, I don't think he on anybody's list of top 10 comedians. You know what I mean, in the black community for sure. I don't even know if he's on the register.
Cube was an expert at this game because he had played it a lot. He has been a rock star since the beginning, having built the Big Three League from the ground up, written for Nua, released one of the greatest diss tracks ever, and created classic songs like Friday. Ice Cube's resume makes that evident. But it wasn't just that well-liked video. Following social media humiliation by fans and ridicule by celebrities, Aries Spears appeared on Vlad TV and reiterated all of his claims.
You had some words about Ice Cube recently.
You know, Willie D called me.
Okay.
I was in Louisville, Kentucky. And this, I love Willie D, that's my man. But this called me like I disrespected his mama. He was like, Aries, man, you don't understand what Ice Cube done did for the culture, man, and hip hop. Why you say? And I go, Willie, it's a subjective opinion. I'm allowed to not like Ice Cube. I know, man.
It seems that Aries felt that one blow to Cube was enough.
Anything Ice Cube's done?
Nothing. Ice Cube does nothing for me as a rapper and an actor.
Okay.
Nothing.
Let's start with the rap. The Police. You don't think that's a classic song?
It's classic because of what it represents in terms of black struggle symbolism and what black people have gone through with the police historically. It's the song that makes you go, yeah! Yeah, I get how it can touch your emotions, but it don't do nothing for me.
But Ice Cube had already passed this phase, and Aries didn't know it. It's possible that 50 Cent was watching the recordings on his phone as everything was happening in his lavish residence. The fact that Aries decided to attack him as well quickly escalated the situation.
What do you think about 50 Cent's acting ability overall?
This is what I think about it. He did a movie with Sylvester Stallone where it was about them in these prisons that were like cubes. The one, you know what I mean? And he played a computer tech. You know what separated 50 Cent from 50 Cent the rapper to the computer tech actor?
Glasses?
Now I'm a computer tech.
Then, like he always does, he struck back in his own way when everyone assumed that 50 would ignore it. He posted a video in which the shade was visible, but no names were given. It was petty, subtle, and funny all 50. He only called someone insane once without identifying them, but his supporters quickly recognized who it was.
Man, I gotta listen to this.
However, the issue is why 50 were initially involved in this mess. Just because 50 is still busy and scheduled. He should not be thinking about petty drama other than running his alcohol business, landing TV deals, making series like Power and BMF, and going on tour. It was more than just internet chit-chat though. It is occasionally overlooked that 50 and Ice Cube have a long history of mutual respect. Cube was one of the first pioneers in Hollywood to co-sign the film career of the 1950s before anybody else did. By the 1950s, flowers were usually given as a gift for interviews with Cube.
It was on, I'm just watching. Music, all of it.
Movies, all of it.
Yeah. I never really seen Ice Cube in films that weren't his. You know, like he kind of produced the vehicle that he was in. And it wasn't like he was just being an actor in someone else's.
Because they are loud, aggressive, and unoriginal, people like Aries are despised by comic 50 Cent. 50 enjoys setting off that type of energy. He was like fire. He pulled up, bars in, and said, "Check my temperature. I'm quite cold." My chest became cold on the left hood. He interrupted, whispering, "Need help with your bills? I'll put together a kind of recommendation for you. Could result in you reaching a romantic understanding." At that point, Aries started to feel the heat. He was cornered and threw another tantrum that seemed like a full-fledged meltdown, this time concentrating much more on Ice Cube.
The poster child for the world's biggest hater. If you look up the word hate, it's my picture. When did we get to a point where unless your opinion, and last time I checked as human beings, we're all allowed to opinions. At what point does it get to where unless your opinion is favorable about a person or a thing and goes with the flow of everyone else, you're a hater? I don't understand that.
However, he didn't end there. Aries went on, suggesting Cube's reaction was noteworthy.
He sent me a clip where Ice Cube responded. He was on a radio show and the dude played him the snippet. And the first thing Ice Cube says is, well, most suckers don't like me. Then he goes on to say, "I never heard of this dude." Then he finishes by saying, "Well, he's just not funny." Well, you can't have it both ways. If you don't know who I am, how do you know if I'm funny or not? So you can't have it both ways.
After Aries Spears completely ruined his own case, things only got worse. His tone suddenly shifted, and he stated that he did respect Ice Cube as a man, despite his derogatory remarks.
For the record, I respect Ice Cube, the man. I respect Ice Cube in terms of what he's brought to the game. He's one of the pioneers, so hats off to him.
Aries Spears' complete failure at his own case only made matters more complicated. He claimed to have never achieved anything significant in his career and to believe that Ice Cube was a brilliant man. It's like praising someone while also discounting their entire legacy. It was ambiguous and unforgiving. Fans criticized him harshly for his attempt to backpedal while continuing to cast shadows. Aries tried to act as though he hadn't lit the match, but the bridge was already destroyed.
I wasn't a fan of his artistry. I never attacked him as a man. I never attacked him in terms of his character. I said I wasn't a fan of his artistry. Why am I not allowed to feel that way? Why is that? And then secondly, it's always funny, people call me a hater because they love to highlight when I say I don't like something, as though I don't have love for anything.
Beyond merely being an opinion, it is a blatant contradiction. People were therefore upset with Aries Spears for having a strong viewpoint and embarrassed him for playing the victim and altering his mind after the criticism started. You cannot shoot and expect to be shocked when someone shoots back with the same intensity, a person stated. Other people said, "Sure, have your say, but after that skit, no, you're not real." One of the men created a cube of ice, but the memory of his troubled past was what really affected him. At that time, this argument ceased to be a matter of plain fun. Returning to Tiffany Haddish, a tense case against Aries Spears and Tiffany Haddish was brought in 2022 on the basis of grooming allegations. Aries' portrayal of a predatory adult figure and a toddler left alone in a revived comedy sketch served as the basis for the argument. The entire act had a sinister tone, and the way the camera remained focused on the toddler made everyone uncomfortable. A lot of people were upset by what was supposed to be satire but felt way too true. The internet continued to remember the lawsuit even after it was eventually dropped. People quickly exposed that skeleton when Aries started making fun of famous people like Ice Cube.
You call me?
Oh yes, Uncle Pete. Can you watch TJ for me? I need to run to the I gotta run some errands. I need to go to cleaners and I should be coming back. Okay?
All right, baby.
Thank you.
At that time, it was in danger. It was immediately criticized. It didn't look good when Twitter went nuts after the Shade Room posted the footage. As the matter was resolved and the film removed from the internet, Aries' reputation took a hit. Outrage like this doesn't go away, especially when kids are involved. And what was Aries' answer? He didn't stay silent, but instead went straight back to Vlad TV as if nothing had happened. The fact that he seemed to think that doubling in would help only made him seem more vulnerable.
You and Tiffany still good?
Yeah.
Okay, so she doesn't hold anything against you in terms of...
I mean,
She participated in the whole thing, so it's not like she could, but I'm just saying, you know how people get.
Yeah, we good. We good.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there gonna be a point where you can talk about this?
You know, I told you, when that point comes,
Compared to Aries Spears, Vlad started to show up on Vlad TV less regularly. His repeated complaints about being blackballed and his outbursts about how he should be on par with Kevin Hart were common. As soon as fans saw it, it was the standard. Speaking took up more of Aries' time than working. His name was more often linked to drama, ongoing problems or conflicts, than to brand new comedy shows or acting parts. For him, attention was more important than success. Beyond the interviews and rants, a pattern emerges. Aries was egocentric, hard to manage, and always trying to outdo everyone, according to a number of former cast members.
The equation will never be satisfied. Why? Because some other will come along that'll take and blow the world up, and you'll want to be that. And there's some other will come around and have as talented as you, or possibly more, and then you're going to get upset because again, you focus on everything that is not you.
Hold up.
Everything you want,
Wait a minute.
but not what's in your present spectrum.
Chatgapt asserts that Aries Spears is really talented, captivating, and makes a lasting impression. However, the truth is that he never had his Chappelle moment. Such a missed chance might cause anger. The second issue is, why did Aries lose this feud? Considering that criticizing Ice Cube would be tantamount to assaulting a cultural figure, Cube is both a rapper and a movement. The song No Vaseline is one of the top 3 diss tunes in history. Friday revolutionized black comedy by establishing characters that are now an integral part of the culture. What is the Big 3 League? A fully operational basketball company that was founded from the ground up now has NBA stars as co-signers. Ice Cube began ghostwriting as a teenager for artists such as Eazy-E, Dr. Dre, and MC Ren. Could that be an Aries sign? Mad TV impersonations and a few powerful stand-up routines are among his most well-known endeavors. His attempt to get international attention through scandal, therefore, failed when he insulted Cube on a podcast. Fans jumped to Cube's defense without hesitation. It's the worst. In the teaser for the much-anticipated final Friday movie, Cube disclosed the cast and the absence of Aries Spears. Fans took that as a straightforward message, even though it might not seem like much. No matter how many times he impersonates someone, Aries will never be given a significant role. Aries' ultimate goal was to go viral, but not because of his sense of humor. His goodness wasn't the reason. He is now well known as a result of being written off like dust by 2 cultural icons, 50 Cent and Ice Cube. Additionally, there was no controversy on the internet for once.